Brie Larson is well aware of the Captain Marvel hate.
Oh yes, she is, and she is not afraid to voice it.
The writing is on the wall. Disney has another fresh batch of box office poison. Yum yum. The MaRvElS is predicted to flop. This comes as no surprise to anyone not standing Brie Larson on Twitter.
It's over. We are screwed.
The rumors of reshoots that people try to debunk online, as if Disney would tell you the truth. The interview where Brie Larson looks so over the MCU, you could hear her voiceless screams projected through her eyes.
A Captain Marvel for?
I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?
Don't be so modest.
I don't know. I really don't know.
And let's face it, Brie Larson is now a co-star in her own movie. The MCU's treating her like Tom Holland.
All of it, and I think that's part of what the journey is for Carol in this, is understanding that you can't, like, to change the world, it can never just be on one person. It takes everybody to play their part, and that's a huge part of what this story is about. That this concept that she's holding this mantle, that she is, you know, the mighty Captain Marvel is too much to carry. And so you realize that you need a lot of different people with special skill sets to come in.
Box office analysis spelled doom for the MaRvElS. According to the forecast, Box Office Pros, the domestic opening of the MaRvElS' next big blockbuster will generate between 50 million and 75 million. That's less than half of what Captain Marvel managed in 2019.
But you had the Avengers Endgame, so people went to see it just because Marvel was red hot. That's why it did so well. It wasn't because the film was great.
Reports also say pre-sales are alarmingly low.
Sounds like my fluffy figure.
Down 69% behind Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3, and 72% behind Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
Is it Quantumania or Quantumanium? I don't know. I didn't really bother to see. It looks so stupid.
I don't know what to be. Tell me what to be.
I don't know, just don't be a dick.
It's too late. Look at me. I'm such a dick.
It's never too late to stop being a dick.
All in all, it's not looking good ahead of the MaRvElS release date on November 10th, especially given the reports of the 270 million plus gross budget.
Man, it's doing worse than Ant-Man the Quantumania, the film that nosedive harder than Hunter Biden in an 8-ball.
Stop him!
The fact this film had any pre-orders at all is genuinely amazing to me. But then again, Brie Larson has some pretty adamant fans. After a long line of trash Marvel films and movies, who would be chomping at the bit to see this? Oh man, I've got to see Brie Larson's wooden plank acting.
Prodigal child of the Milky Way.
Nick Fury, my favorite one-eyed man of intrigue.
How goes it out there?
You know, cold, no air, space.
Kill me, please. I want to die.
In the new Miss Marvel character that was so beloved, they made her the focus of the new Marvel game that literally tanked so hard that they deleted it from all the digital storefronts last week.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
Despite damning early signs, however, it's unlikely to cause the Marvel machine much damage.
Are you? What? Marvel is choking on its own bile right now.
It can recoup costs through merchandising and streaming sales.
Yeah, on what planet?
And of course, if the film is any good, word of mouth will build. So don't count it out just yet. And it doesn't mean you can't enjoy these new images released for the MaRvElS.
Yeah, I didn't even care to look because it's just that enjoyable. It comes out November 10th and nobody seems to give a rat's ass. And even when somebody writes an article on it pointing out how most likely it's gonna bomb, they still try to pretend like it's not a big deal. Yeah, right, the movie is bombing, but hey, they can recoup the money through merchandising. Sure, whatever, that's a complete and utter fantasy. Disney, Marvel, and Disney Star Wars merchandise lives on discount bins and discount shelves till they ultimately end up at places like Costco's or like the Dollar General or Aldi's or something like that. Some store you've never heard of before. And ultimately, when nobody buys them from bargain bin stores, they end up in landfills. This is all just typical fluff to try and soften a blow for a multi-billion-dollar corporation, which actually makes no sense to me how people pretend like it has feelings. I doubt anybody really does. I'm sure Disney executives are pissing themselves as the dude is buying up as much stock as possible to do a hostile takeover. And frankly, he couldn't possibly be any worse than Bob Iger is, so I say more power to him. Take over Disney. And then kick out those little snowflakes.